day our hometown burned, that was the day we enlisted. At last, we had something to believe in, something worth fighting for. None of us yet knew. We couldn't foresee what this war would cost us. It was a battlefield, but it was where we grew up.
Hello, ladies and jelly spoons. We are back. We are in Valkyria Chronicles 4. We just did terribly on a map, but you know what? We survived. We got through it. I do have to say, someone said in comments, and it kind of cracked me up, was that whenever I did this mission, whenever you first get in here, the conditions are... Okay. Victory is all enemy captured. Defeat is the enemy occupies your base camp, or all allied infantry fall in action, or 20% pass. For some reason, whenever you got halfway through this mission, and it suddenly went to, oh, take the high ground, I convinced myself that the failure condition had changed, and that the only way to lose was if all of your base camps were captured. Or if, you know, all of your people died. I didn't think that your main camp mattered anymore, because they told you to relocate to the high ground. So I was like, oh, okay, I've got camps on the high ground, I'm okay. And then someone was mentioning in the, like, it's like, wow, you're incredibly unconcerned about how close you came to losing your base camp and losing the mission. And I was like, I would have lost the mission. Oh my god. Because I just completely did not think that was an option, did not think that was possible. I was like, whatever. So, regardless, we have now finished. I have a very, very bad feeling about this particular civic, because I can see this may be whenever Angelica or Angelique, whatever her name is, actually awakens, because I'm very, very sure, I shouldn't even say I'm very sure, she's outright been stated by Chimera that she's a Valkyria, and I feel like she's going to wake up, because I can see the captain lying there, and that makes me super not happy. Wow, even like combat music in the scene.
Clean and disinfect their wounds.
Okay.
Well, why are you in the hallway? I mean, I guess actually that makes sense, because the ship got hit.
Take care of him first. It's almost torn off.
Hopefully, you mean his arm.
We can't reattach that. Karen, I'll need you to amputate and sew it up. Understood?
Again, should I hope it's his arm, or should I hope it's his other thing?
Yes, Doctor.
Damage confirmed on the starboard side! There's a fire! Hurry up and put it out!
Anyone with light wounds, return to your post as soon as you're treated. We've got enemy reinforcements coming!
Damn it! We're so close to the capital.
Doctor, I've got someone wounded. They need attention now!
Yeah, be careful, guys. You're in a cutscene, and bad things can be permanent in a cutscene.
Idiot! Patient priority is the doctor's call, not... Captain!
I do love that. It's like, you idiot! Oh, shit.
We've got heavy blood loss from the femoral artery and severe burns on his right upper arm.
I understand. I'll do what I can. Oh, hang in there, Captain.
Yeah, he completely changed his tune when he saw who it was. I do have to wonder how long those two have known each other.
Captain? Everyone is...
Yeah, I do think that's going to be the purpose of the scene, is that she'll realize... Like, as they said that we have to move whenever she wakes up. Or it wakes up. I don't know if they said the gender. Blast... Okay, this is when the Cavalier... goes out in Cavalier fashion.
We're still not getting any more speed out of the engine!
Oh, just wait a second. If I'm right, you're gonna, like, be, like, sledding here in a second.
Damn it! We're not gonna make it! Brian!
Claude, I'm busy. Wait in the hangar until further orders...
Don't give me that! Talk to me! I know the Cavalier said something about a detonation. They want us on the ship and out of the blast zone. What the hell's going to explode? Why is it so urgent? What are we running from?
Okay, then that almost confirms what I said last episode about it possibly being a Valkyria, because the normal explosion, Claude's like, there's no weapon in our arsenal that's going to affect us from there.
I can't tell you.
This is
bigger than the military. We're talking about state secrets. Either way, this isn't fast enough. We won't make it in time.
What do you mean we won't make it?
I have to wonder if that's actually the real reason that the Cavalier and the Comet, and even in the previous one, the Cavalier and the Centurion, and even the previous Battle of the Comet, were so far apart because they intentionally have them sail out of their respective blast radii. Oh, hey, there's Luffy. She's the one that disappeared and hadn't said a word for like episodes.
What's about to happen?
Terrible thing, son. Well, wow. Okay, this episode is called The Centurion Escapes, so there goes all the tension for that scene. Again, this is my one big complaint about this series, is that they'll have this very dramatic scene, and then they completely remove all of the bluster and the interest from that scene because they go back to this screen.
There she goes again. Giving me the cold shoulder already? This was supposed to be our big reunion.
Wait. Waltz really has broken up with me. Oh my god. Like, we just had a battle. He saw me. He blew up my tank. He put a mortar shell up my rear engine.
Not gonna go after her, huh? I guess a handsome devil like you never has to chase the ladies.
We damaged the Centurion significantly. They won't get far, and we can track them if need be. Our priority right now is securing the Cavalier.
Oh, I wouldn't be too close to that.
That thing's pretty beaten up by now. Still, I guess the Federation tech is a fine enough prize. Well, if that's the plan, let's get all up in there. It's been a while since I got to break out the CQC.
Close quarters combat. Also, that's a little bit weird. Let's get all up in there.
Wait.
Oh god, she can feel it. I didn't even think about that.
Without me?
No.
Not on your life.
What's wrong?
We shouldn't be here. Run.
Run as fast as you can.
Dear God. No!
Interesting. Forseti also knows about to happen. 'Cause I've definitely got a pretty good impression of what's about to happen. But I think Forseti's also caught on to it. Let's find out if that's also interesting. The Cavalier hasn't escaped only because they're not pursuing. That's not what I expected that episode to be about. Not at all.
Does it hurt? No. Are you sad? It's okay. You're not alone. I'll be there soon.
Now here's the real question. Is she talking to Chimera or potentially the Valkyria that is in the engine of the Cavalier? And actually, now that we're talking about that, why didn't the comet ever explode? I guess the comet got just straight up sunk. And did Chimera realize there was a Valkyrie on the comet, assuming there was? Because there should be, if I'm right about the way the engines actually work. A lot of what they're saying is actually reinforcing what I kind of thought already.
I have to hurry. Or everyone's gonna die.
All right, full speed ahead. Yep, looks like we're gonna hurry.
It's chaos everywhere. We have to get this situation under control.
Captain hasn't come back. He told me to turn to you for a decision in an emergency like this. What are your orders?
I don't have orders.
How can I give orders if I don't even know what's going on?
I can't give you details. I don't have clearance for that. All I can say is when it's over, There will be nothing left. That's the only thing I can tell you. Claude, we need our final orders.
Oh wow, that's very ominous.
The ship is still moving. Don't talk like this is the end. I'm not giving any orders for a lost cause. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep fighting. I don't care what happens. Full speed ahead! Riley, come in!
Here we go.
God, what's happening?
We don't know what's happening, actually.
We need this ship to go fast, even if it's just one more knot.
Got it. If it won't listen to me, I'll just give it some more tough love.
Break it if you have to. Just get us moving faster.
Will do.
They're really dragging this out. It's making me nervous because I'm realizing how much of what I think is going to happen is just speculation on my part, and this is the moment where I'm either going to be proved right or proved horribly, horribly wrong.
Please, wherever you are, you have to go back.
Alright, overdrive. I know I keep saying this, but this should actually be whenever Angelique awakens. Good lord. Or Riley's going to be amazing, one of the two. But I have a feeling I know which one it is.
Full speed ahead, Andre. Push it as hard as we can. I don't care if we have to break it.
Lady, I think we already broke our limits a long time ago.
We just have to redefine our limits then.
You really pushed it to the edge, but we can do better.
Hey, you can't just...
It's fine. Claude's taking responsibility. I just have to do the best I can.
Well, she certainly progressed a long way.
The compression valve should be designed to handle more. I'm opening it all the way. The fluxometer, too. I think we can take 2 full revolutions of the needle.
Damn near incredible. Wish the kid could have seen it.
Oh, you don't mean Angie, do you?
Yeah, why would Angie care about this? Like, I know she's a knack for everything, but...
Yeah, she just wandered through here not that long ago.
Why would she come to the engine room? And where did she go?
Towards the engine.
Ah, who knows?
I have a pretty good idea.
I saw her snooping around the restricted area, so I shoot her away, but...
The forbidden sector is where we first found her.
Huh? What about your tune-up?
Just keep making the adjustments. I gotta go check something out.
So this is where... I was actually wondering if they were going to actually show this for real.
Hey, where you going?
He's like, dang! Blonde's getting all ditzed up. Oh, a squirrel! Oh my, they still haven't shown it yet. Come on! I want to make sure I'm right. I think I am.
Just a little farther. I never knew it'd hurt so much.
Oh, don't say that. Now I feel bad. I've been like, do it! Do it!
But I have to do my best, too. Angie! Riley! You can't come in here. It says do not enter, see? I'm glad I found you. I was so worried.
Essentially, her eyes went back to normal as soon as she heard Riley.
Just promised me you weren't gonna run off again. Come on, let's go back to your room. I'm sorry, but this is where I belong. Angie? What are you... Thanks for the coat. It was really warm.
Well, Angie acts like she's going to die in this. She better not, because as far as I know, when dying is what's happening to the Cavaliers, Valkyria.
Angie. I remembered who I am. Well, I sort of remembered a while ago. There's something I have to do. It's the only way I can help everyone. I knew that, but I couldn't do it. I was having too much fun with all of you. I never felt so warm before. No Nobody's ever been as kind to me as all of you were. I just wanted to stay with you forever. Angie? I'm scared, Riley, but I have to be who I truly am.
The way the scene's playing out is making me super nervous. I'm almost probably they're not gonna kill the little kid, but I'm just like the way it's building up.
Wait, what's going on? Angie, wait, no! Don't worry. I promise. I'll protect you all. Angie! You are an amazing sister. Thank you, Riley, for everything.
I'm really confused because she was in there before, presumably, right? Like, obviously, whenever the last attack happened, she like wandered out and lost her memory. So it's not like all of a sudden. I don't understand. I am confused.
It's over. Did you hear that?
That means...
Yes?
This is the engine room. The main reactor's got power again. It just came back on, damn it.
She came back.
Yeah, again, that's what I don't understand. Because, like, that scene acts like she's going to sacrifice herself to save the group, but that doesn't make any sense, because she was in the reactor before, wasn't she?
Brian!
Right. Give us everything you've got. Full speed ahead.
Hold on tight. We're kicking this baby into overdrive.
Are we gonna clear the blast zone?
God only knows, Brian, because I sure as hell don't. Fragnet is reaching critical mass. Fission's unstable. A chain reaction.
All hands brace for impact. I repeat, all hands brace for impact.
Tell me what the hell's going on here. Brian, I need to know.
No, you don't. Riley already knows, and that's too many people. 'Cause she's a gossip.
What is that sound?
Our ship is driving sideways. This would not be as big a deal on the water, but on ice, it's kind of weird.
Hey, you okay? Dear God.
Well, we haven't actually seen the explosion except right as it happened, so we didn't ever see that pseudo mushroom
We
cloud.
managed to make it into the safe zone. Don't look away, Captain. That light is our last hope.
Our last hope?
You got a really weird definition of hope there, buddy. Please tell me the plan is not to drive the, like, ship into the capital and then just detonate it.
What is that? Another one. Another one I couldn't save.
So interesting. Forseti. Okay. We kind of talked about how he was obsessed with the Valkyria before, but so yeah, he joined the Empire to try. Okay. I'm starting to understand him a little bit better.
God damn it! The last one. The last one, at least. I have to save her.
So I'm a little bit confused, only in that if Forseti is obsessed with the Valkyria and he went to the Empire in order to be able to like get close to the Valkyria and help them, why would he be so obsessed with saving the Valkyria on Federation ships and not the like gobs of Valkyria the Empire is like studying? Like, isn't that the whole reason he went to the Empire in the first place? Because they had all the freaking Valkyria?
What the hell is going on here? Hey, about before. Whoa, are you crying?
She was so sad. I could hear her. I'm suffering. It hurts. I want to live.
Could you hear Angie or the other Valkyria?
And even through all the pain, she wanted me to escape. Bolt, I hate them. I'll never forgive what they have done.
Chromaria.
Yeah, this game's turned to a heavy turn.
Sorry, I think all this is over my head. But I know what to do when I see a lady crying.
Waltz, you're like, chauvinism is slightly out of place right now.
Chapter 15. A reason to fight.
So I do have to say, I like Forseti's character a lot more now. Before I didn't quite understand. I was like, oh, they were really good friends and you were in the military and then you just fucked off. And like if he was going to like leave and abandon the unit, why did he drag here's the problem with Forseti's plan from where I see it right now. So apparently Forseti figured out that the Valkyria were being used in the state military weapons. And he said, I want to go save them. And then he defected to the Empire in order to become an Imperial strategist in order to capture the ships where the Valkyria were being used in order to free them. That is such a convoluted way of trying to save them. It's like, A, he has to know that Squad E is going to end up on those ships, despite the fact that Squad E only actually exists, like, as a army unit and should have, in theory, no contact with the ships. But yet he moves Kai into Squad E to be his spy, so that the Kai can tell him where the Valkyria on the ships are, even though there's no reason to think that Kai is going to be on the ships. Like, his plan doesn't make any sense to me. Though I do, he is a much more noble character that previously he was just kind of a smarmy and smug jerk that didn't have a lot of respect. And it's weird, he almost is like, I don't have any respect for human life unless it's Valkyria life. So let's go look at the news articles. Says I. We just received a report from our warrior correspondent notifying us of a massive explosion sighted on the Crystal Sea. Details are still unknown, but locals seem to believe it was some kind of eruption from an underground volcano. However, there are rumors the incident was some kind of Imperial weapons test. According to eyewitness account, a massive ball of flame suddenly appeared on the surface of the Crystal Sea and engulfed the surroundings while emitting a bluish light. Possibly exists as some kind of... excuse me, guys. Is this voice? This voice makes me yawn. This is some sort of red-eye powered bomb developed by the Empire, or larger scale than any simple explosive. If true, this could have dire consequences. Alright. We're not quite done yet.
Oh, yes. How could anything be so perfectly, achingly beautiful? It's heaven's light. The light of creation.
It's the light of destruction. What are you talking about? It's the pyre that burns at the death of Valkyria.
An earthborn sun, crafted by human hands. A beacon of hope to light the path of mankind. You've done it, Al. Albert Miller, my dearest friend.
Interesting. Belgar knew Riley's dad?
Your final gift. This great Promethean fire you left behind will change the world!
Well, you're slightly overacting there, sir. Just slightly.
No. No. I am the one who will change this world as Al's friend. It is my privilege, my right. Yes, I will be the one to finally grant your wish. Only I ever truly understood you, Al. I was your friend, and so I work in your stead.
I kind of want to know about the history between did Albert Miller consider Belgar his friend? Like that's really weird. There's a lot of just casual, deep relationships between the two nations, despite the fact they've never been on good terms, from what I understand.
I will see it done.
Before you say, yeah, I totally understand that, there's going to be families that marry across borders and stuff, but it's happening so often. Like, again, how does Kai just cross into Imperial lands and become a high-ranking strategist overnight? Like...
Angie, why?
Again, I just have a strong feeling that Angie's not actually dead, because it makes no sense for the plot for her to be dead.
Huh? That wasn't there before.
I shouldn't say the plot, but the plot requires her power to have been moving the ship this whole time. I know I keep saying it over and over again.
A letter? This handwriting.
Wait, did Angie write a letter before? Like, she didn't have time to do that.
What did you say this ship's running on? It's running on her. What? The hell's that supposed to mean?
Interesting, Claude. So Claude was told and then dooms everyone else on the ship by blabbing his mouth off.
Angie's just a little girl. What do you mean she's powering the ship? It's not just the Centurion. The Cavalier, the Comet, all the ships were the same.
Yeah, that's... I was talking about there was probably a Valkyria on the Comet as well.
Our ship runs on Angie's power. The power of the Valkyria.
Well, yeah, apparently he is just blabbing it to everybody. Claude! I was just calling Riley a gossip. Don't show her up. This is not a place to surpass her.
Valkyria?
Yes. The main reactor is fueled by a Valkyria. Each ship was assigned one. On paper, they're civilian contractors. And the one assigned to the Centurion is named Angie. Angelica Farnaby.
Have I seen the name Farnaby before? It looks familiar, but I can't place it.
Wait, hold on. Just what is a Valkyria? I heard they're descendants of the ancient Valkyria, who protected this land a long time ago. I've already been told that the Empire is weaponizing them, and that the Winter Witch is one specialized for combat. But you're saying the Federation has their own Valkyria? Not even as weapons, but as living batteries?
Well, it's not surprising if they're just descendants, then they're going to live kind of everywhere.
That's correct. Angelica has been modified to act as a power source. By exposing herself to Ragnite, she can generate energy far beyond conventional compression. She alone can produce enough energy to power this entire cruiser.
That's why the restricted area was so heavily guarded. You're using a human being. You locked a little girl in the reactor of a military ship.
I mean, to be fair, she locked herself in there.
Claude, she volunteered for this. She signed a waiver agreeing that she and her life belong to the military.
That's the one thing I don't understand. Like, why would you agree to the second part of that?
There's no way that could be legitimate.
I do agree with that one. Like, at least assuming that the laws are similar, you can't actually sign a legally binding contract below the age of 18.
On the contrary, it's a legally binding contract, just like the one you signed when you enlisted. It was an accident that she left the main reactor and met you all, and suffered amnesia at that. But once she remembered her duty, she returned to the main reactor of her own volition.
Yeah, you can't just throw her in there.
How is this even possible?
She and all the others volunteered for this initiative. They're doing whatever they can for their homeland.
But both the Cavalier and the Comet are gone.
Yeah, but I do have to say, I mean, you're like mourning the loss of the Valkyria, but what about all the crews on both of them? This wasn't a big deal when they died.
Indeed. Valkyria's fates are tied to their ships. They knew the risks. The immense propulsion power of the snow cruisers would be unattainable without Valkyrian support. And Operation Cygnus is impossible without these ships. This plan has been in the works for a long time.
I knew it. This was already being prepared even before Operation Northern Cross.
Well, duh. Like, we knew that when the ships showed up. You can't build those overnight.
Correct. The United States of Vinland developed these ships and their tech. They are the hidden orchestrators of Cygnus.
This is insane. How deep does this rabbit hole go?
Until you stop looking.
Are you going to abandon the mission, then? Would you betray your allies just to take the moral high ground?
Is it even a moral high ground? Like, the only thing that makes this weird for me is that Angie is so young. If Angie was Crimeria's age, I'd just be like, okay, she chose to fight for her country, and this was the way she chose to do so. Okay. Like, the fact that Angie's is so young is the part that really kind of delays me. But moral high ground still seems, assuming it's tough. I do not feel like you should be able to have someone that young basically enlist, and we don't let them now.
Betray my allies?
For every day we move forward on the Crystal Sea, our allies on land are retreating from the Empire. As we speak, the Federation's death toll keeps on growing. Operation Northern Cross is a lost cause. The Cygnus fleet is the only hope we have of ending this war.
Well, there's the requisite, you're the only one that can triumph. They have to do that in every RPG.
And here we are, 2 days from the Imperial capital. 3 at most, even with combat.
Well, we're certainly driving towards the end of the game.
You plan on storming the enemy's capital with Angie still hooked up to the main reactor.
I do have a bad feeling that the ultimate plan may be to blow Angie in the middle of the capital if that's what it comes down to. And my job at this point has to be to make sure we don't come down to that.
That's correct. Claude, do you believe the captain will wake up from this?
Probably at the end of the game to say, "You did a good job."
I don't know. I can only hope so.
We'll need a decision. Soon. Who else could make that call without being swayed by emotion?
Kai would come close. Our Kai. Actually, take that back. Either Kai. Get Forseti in here!
Please, Captain. We need you to wake up.
Alright, and her deepest wish. Finish off the page.
That little girl was moving the ship? All this time it was her? What is this shit? Is this supposed to be a joke?
She was smiling.
She probably still is. Just look in there.
Huh?
Angie, she was smiling.
Who taught her to do that?
She said she had to go back to where she belonged. Then the door closed, and she was locked inside. She was looking at me until the main reactor came on. She was smiling the whole time. You think she wanted this? I think she wanted to save us. And that was the only way.
But she's just a goddamn kid. We're using this child as a tool of war?
Again, yeah, that I think they had to make it. I think they had to make her a little kid in order to kind of have the player side with Claude. Because, like I said, if she was a adult and she had chosen this, I would not have any problem with it. Like it's not. You know, whenever Silvaria got to the point where she was ordered to execute herself, I was like, okay, that's. The Federation isn't actually using them for their destructive capability. They're using them for their, ability to move this massive machine, and it's actually a much better strategic use than what the Empire did with Silvaria.
Read this.
To my favorite big sis Riley. First, I want to say I'm sorry.
Oh my god, you're doing it this way?
I wanted to tell you what I really am, but I just couldn't. When I got on this ship, I signed a piece of paper. It had a lot of big words, but it said the military would take care of my family after I'm gone.
Oh my god.
After that, I drank some medicine, and it tasted really bad, and I got really sleepy.
But again, I go back to the fact that if she did this already, she should still be fine in there.
And then I was in the Forbidden Sector, and the whole time I was in there, I was dreaming. It was a really scary dream. Lots of people were fighting. They got hurt and died.
Man, they're really pulling on heartstrings right here. Stop it, game.
So when I woke up, and I met all of you, and everyone was so kind to me, I've never felt happier in my life. Even though there's a war going on outside, the ship is like a really big house with a really big family. But I have a family back home, too. There's my papa, and one little sister, and 2 little brothers.
I think I figured out why they're doing this, because the whole time I was like, they're making decisions that make it morally ambiguous and make you so that you're against the Empire but you're not really for the Federation. But then I just remembered that in Valkyria Chronicles 1, that's exactly what the Federation was. It was the most expedient path towards victory, where there was of course this the scene where they tried to kidnap the princess.
Papa just drinks all day and doesn't go to work. That's why we didn't have any money. But then men in uniforms came to my village. They told us to take an aptitude test.
I'm guessing that your mom must be the one of Valkyria blood.
And that's how I learned I could be a Valkyria. I could be useful. So I made a promise with the soldiers. They'd give Papa money and help my sister and brothers go to school. And in return, I'd go away on this ship.
What?
To tell you the truth, I really didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay home with my family.
Man, don't tell me this.
But if I didn't help, they told me a lot of happy families would be sad, and lots of people might get hurt.
Now they're even more manipulative. Okay, before I was very unsure. Now definitely anti-Federation. Screw you guys. You strong-armed and, like, guilted her into doing this.
They said it was my duty to help, so I decided it was the right thing to do.
They said duty.
Duty.
But you know what? I actually kinda liked being here. I think I learned something from everybody on the ship. I learned what it means to protect someone you love. And I learned why this war has to end. So I'm going back to the place where I belong. I'm really proud that I could help protect everyone. Thank you, Riley. And tell everyone else thanks, too.
I still feel like at the end of the game, she should probably just be fine.
Goodbye.
Like, again, I don't think this is goodbye. I refuse to believe it's goodbye.
Holy shit. What the hell is this?
Also, for me just having recently played Nier Automata, I'm also very okay with the fact that she's in A2. If she turns into A2, that's going to be an amazing thing to be.
Claude, this operation's over. We're taking Angie and we're getting the hell out of here.
If we do that, this ship will stop dead in its tracks. They'd never make it to the Imperial capital.
You think I give a shit? What the hell kind of victory is worth killing an innocent girl?
Why is she dying? This is the one big question that they've not answered yet.
Riley, you feel the same way, right? Oh, come on, Kai, say something.
I think I finally see why my brother left the Federation.
I do as well. But I still don't understand why we think she's dying for this.
Kai? I mean, Forseti. He knew about this?
He always avoided saying anything outright. All he'd tell me is that the Federation had been twisted.
Yeah, after seeing this shit, I'd say the same thing.
I agree.
I can't take this. You see what they've done to her?
I know. It's unforgivable, but...
Kai?
But in this moment, all I know for sure is that Angie is fighting harder than any of us. Angie wants peace. She chose this path herself.
Kind of. They manipulated her into choosing it.
She's fighting her own battle, her own war, in the blue fires of that reactor. All we can do for her now is fight at her side.
Like, again, if they were just like, yeah, you know, she's in there, and we have to make sure that we know that in order to protect this technology, they will blow the ship if we fail, so we just have to not fail to keep her safe. I could totally be behind this. I would still think the Federation was jerkasses, but I don't know why everyone's acting like Angie's going to die. I really feel like I missed something, or they didn't explain something, one of the two.
An attack. Couldn't even give us time to think, huh?
Alright.